Thank you for joining. Blur USD Coinbase chart. Today I just want to take a look at Bitcoin and Blur side by side on the 1 hour time frame. Take a look on the weekend price action here. Volume always dies out on the weekend, so not much going on. If you want to trade anything in the crypto world on the weekends, it's good to just map out your channels, okay? Because usually what happens is price action will just stay within a tight range unless you just get a scam pump out of nowhere, then it will break through it. But the weekend basically started off yesterday. If you drew out your ranges based on the price action from the previous day, you'd basically be able to long from these lows, possibly short from these highs, and collected a decent amount. Let's just say you wanted to short this high here and you got the move down. That's about 3%. 3% is a decent amount to collect at the end of the day. If you wanted to long yesterday, you could have longed on this wick low, maybe closed out up here, and that's a 12%, well, 11% gain. So it's good to map out your ranges and then trade within those ranges on the weekends. Maybe put your buy orders at the highs or at the lows, so this way it could fill, and then your sell orders up high. If you're shorting, obviously, I guess enter your position up high, and then you could put your exit positions out down here, right? So, or you can exit the trade down here. So right now I just drew a dynamic resistance trend line. As you can see, it tested it once, 2, 3 times, and I'm not sure what it's going to do here, but if Bitcoin keeps on curling up after this after the sweep of these lows on Bitcoin here, it looks like it does want to push a little bit higher. Let's just go to the 1 hour really quick. If it does push a little bit higher, about another percent or so, I can see Blur kind of breaking through this dynamic resistance, moving up to this range high here, before possibly sweeping the highs of the previous high and coming back in or moving higher. Blur moves a lot more aggressive than Bitcoin, as you can see. Let's just go ahead and take the percent tool right here. So you can see when Blur basically sold off, right? This little move right here, this little move from this low to the current price is about 0.5%, right? So the low here to the current price, 3%. So it almost seems like for every percent Bitcoin moves, Blur wants to move 3 to 4%. So that's why a lot of people trade altcoins, because you get bigger gains when they move. Bitcoin is a slower move, so it could be a little bit more safe for beginner traders as long as you're using the right risk management. Right now with Blur, it obviously is sitting at a range low. It currently swept these lows, and it looks like it wants to move higher. Even on the 4 hour, you got a little bit of a bearish divergence. This is a lower high happening here. It's a confirmed lower high. So it could possibly just come back down a little bit, maybe test this line right here before moving higher, or maybe it just pumps up. It really just depends on what Bitcoin wants to do. Bitcoin looks more bullish than bearish at the moment, and I think you're better off longing than shorting, because in reality you are technically at support, right? Like, support is a zone, and if you really want to draw a box on the zone, I would technically say this entire area right here is basically support, and resistance pretty much this entire area up here, right? That's the zone. So it's not smart to short at support or long at resistance. So you're better off either waiting till it taps this purple line down here before entering the long, or enter while managing your position size. Since the stop technically would be at about 10% away, you might want to use 1/10 of your position, so in case if it does get wicked out, it's only 1% loss. Or you just enter in spot because you believe in Blur long term. And yeah, it just seems like a great place to enter a buy and long this coin. This is not financial advice, but that's the way how I would look at it. And what you're really just hoping that will happen is, it's gonna have a few tests on its way up, but hopefully in the next month, a few weeks, you never know, because price does move very quick in crypto, you could collect about a 40 to 50% gain off of it testing the range highs here, right? Or previous highs, which is a lot. You know, depending on your position size, it could make your whole month or a whole week, whatever it is. But that's my quick analysis here on Blur. Keep an eye out for Bitcoin. Bitcoin's kind of dead on the weekends, but it seems like a great chance to get in at a great buy zone since it is at the lows, and more than likely it's more than likely going to move up, right? It's all about probability, and there's a higher probability price moves up from support and higher probability price moves down at resistance. Okay, thank you for joining. Remember to like and subscribe